Arise News Channel has taken to the social media to announce the passing away of one of our on-air personality. Now, this is the official statement that was made by Arise News Channel. Tragic death, Somie Christella Maduagu, December 26, 1995 to September 29, 2025. It is with heavy heart that the management and staff of the Arise News Channel announced the passing of our beloved colleague, news anchor, reporter and producer Somie Christella Maduagu. Somie tragically passed away in the early hours of Monday, September 29, 2025, following an armed robbery incident in her residence in the Gantape area of Abuja that is being investigated by the Nigerian police. Somie, 29, was not only a cherished member of the Arise family, but also a vibrant voice that engaged the connected with our viewers. Beyond the airways, Somie was a lawyer who was a professional, supportive colleague, and a friend to many. We extend our deepest condolences to Somie's parents, siblings, extended family, friends, and loved ones at this difficult time. Somie's voice is now silent, but her spirit, passion, and legacy will endure as part of our collective memory. We remain in shock and call for a speedy investigation, apprehension, and prosecution of the culprit.
Hello to our viewers in the US and around the world. I am Somie Maduagu, coming to you from Nigeria's capital, Abuja.
Delectable, intelligent, and bold are adjectives which hardly qualifies Somie Christella Maduagu's persona. The 29-year-old barrister first graced Arise News screen as a guest when she participated and won the Miss Tourism Nigeria pageant. Somie went on to represent Nigeria at the Miss Tourism World pageant in Guangzhou, China in 2023. In September 2024, she joined the Arise News team, where she has made her voice count as a news anchor, news producer, and a reporter.
Trump announced on Saturday that India and Pakistan have agreed to a full and immediate ceasefire.
Through a blend of her legal dexterity and her reportorial vigor, Somie advocated for out-of-school children and campaigned energetically against sexual and gender-based violence. One of her most recent coverages was the submission of memorandum for reserved seats for women's bill held on the 21st of September.
I'll say the event did not really touch on the hindrances, but just from my study of, the lack of women in Nigerian politics and leadership in general.
There, Somie, alongside millions of other Nigerian women, advocated for a stronger representation for Nigerian women at the National Assembly. Somie's voice is now silent, but her spirit, passion, and legacy will endure as part of our collective memory.
Properly educated and that there are less children out of school in Nigeria. From the presidential villa, Somie Maduagu, Arise News.
Now, what do you want him to do for you here and now?
DJ play na money, na money, na money, na money.
Okay, but DJ play na money, na money. So DJ play na money, what did the man got to do?
See, the message is in what I said. DJ should play and then you should also give me money. When the DJ plays the song, he will not get.
Who are you? Lost rebound. You did see. Aya, come. You just collect 100K. Nemesis want to cash up with you. Hello, sir. What do you want her to do for you here and?
Let them tell me there. Those guys, let them tell me what should she do?
They dance. She cannot drag you. They dance. Oh! Oh! Let go! Who be the girl where they shake our body, girl? Let's go! My sister, you dey pick.
Now, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has reacted to the death of Somie. Now, this is what Peter Obi posted on his official X account. I am deeply saddened by the tragic and untimely death of Somto Christella Maduagu, a brilliant young anchor with Arise News, who was killed in the most painful circumstances during a robbery attack in Abuja. At only 29, Somto Chukwu had already distinguished herself as a gifted broadcaster and trained lawyer whose voice engaged, informed, and inspired many. Her loss is not only a personal tragedy to her family and colleagues, but also a huge blow to journalism and to our nation, which continues to lose its brightest to insecurity and violence. This heartbreaking incident once again highlights the urgent need for us as a country to prioritize the safety and security of every citizen. No Nigerian should go to bed fearful of what the night might bring or lose their life in such a senseless ways. My thoughts and prayers are with her grieving family, the Arise News family, and all who mourn her. May her soul rest in peace, and may we as a nation work harder to build a country where lives are valued and protected. In the same vein, Atiku Abubakar also extended his heartfelt condolence, and he said, I wish to express my deepest condolences to the family of Ms. Somto Chukwu Maduagu, an Arise TV newscaster who was killed in an armed robbery attack in Abuja. My condolences also go to the management and staff of Arise TV. It is my prayer that the family, friends, and colleagues be comforted by this loss, and at such a very young age. I felt so bad when I got this news. I felt so bad when I read this news. As someone that is deeply rooted in politics and social media, I've come across this young lady going about her business. I have come across this vibrant Nigeria at the age of just 29 that is trying to carve a niche and future for herself. A young Nigerian that is fighting to make life better for herself and everyone around her. All she needed was for the country to bless her endeavor, was for the government to protect her so she can go freely and do whatever she wants to do without any fear. She's not asking for the government to give her a job. She's not asking for the government to build roads for her. She's not asking for the government to feed her. She just wants to work, get her money to feed herself. But the one thing she asks for the government, that is security, which is the primary responsibility of every responsible government worldwide. The government and her country fail to give to her. Maybe you don't understand. Let me put it to you that this incident happened in Abuja. Abuja is not just a state in Nigeria. Abuja is the federal capital territory. Abuja is the seat of power in Nigeria. Abuja is where all the government institutions, parastatals, functionaries are domiciled in. Abuja is where all the government security agencies are domiciled in. Abuja is where the force headquarters is located. Abuja is where the police headquarters is located. Abuja is where the EFC headquarters is located. The DSS headquarters is located. Think of all the security apparatus in this country. They are all domiciled in Abuja. As a matter of fact, as the country capital, Abuja ought to be the safest part in Nigeria. But the reverse is the case. I could remember vividly when Bola Ahmed Tinubu was newly inaugurated as president of the Federal Republic in Nigeria. Between that 2023, Abuja became a hotbed for criminals. Abuja was rampant and notorious for criminality. I could remember how a family of 3 were all kidnapped, all ladies. And one of them was murdered after the family has paid ransom. And people came on social media, on Twitter, to solicit for funds to pay for ransom so that others will be released. I even remember clearly the former Minister of Communication under late President Muhammadu Buhari, Issa Pantami, also partook in soliciting for funds online to rescue someone that was kidnapped in the nation's capital. We were all told that the criminalities in Abuja has stopped. It didn't stop. What the government did was to suppress the news. The criminalities in Abuja continue under the watchful eyes of the president, under the watchful eyes of Minister Nyesom Wike. Every now and then, Nyesom Wike will grant media chats and discuss irrelevant things that has to do with what affect the life of the people. Every time he will host a media chat, he will never discuss about the insecurity in Abuja. All he will focus his attention is to discuss about politics, propaganda, or maybe we should say The journalists interviewing Wike will not ask tough questions. How come they've never asked him about the insecurity in Abuja? Our media houses no longer discuss about insecurity anymore. They no longer talk about insecurity again. The only time you will hear them talk about insecurity is when a tragic incident has happened, just like this incident. Maybe this will force them to start talking about insecurity. Maybe it will force Arise TV to start exposing the insecurity in Nigeria, because it seems that it is being suppressed. People are not talking about insecurity in Nigeria the way it is. People are being killed on daily basis. People are being kidnapped on daily basis. Nigerians are living in fear in their own land. But we are so unconcerned and unbothered. We are going about as if nothing is happening. The government is going about as if nothing is happening. They are even bragging that security has greatly improved under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whereas the reverse is the case. It took foreigners to highlight the spate of Christian persecution in Nigeria. In case you are not aware, people are being killed on daily basis in the north, and we are not doing anything about it. We are so unconcerned and so comfortable with it. Just few days ago, bandits invaded Kwara State. Kwara State is in the north central. Before now, we have never heard or read anything about bandits invading Kwara State. Kwara State is mostly being dominated by the Yorubas. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? It means that insecurity is spreading faster and faster across the country. We have never had it this bad before now. I could remember vividly during Goodluck Ebele Jonathan administration. What we used to hear then was Boko Haram insurgents in the northeast. Every other part of the country was peaceful. The southeast was regarded as the most peaceful region in Nigeria. But ever since APC took over, ever since APC grabbed power, Nigeria has become a hotbed of criminality. Insecurity is the order of the day. Insecurity has spiraled from the northeast to every part in the country, and we are so comfortable and unconcerned about it. The same government that has plunged us into this level of insecurity, into this level of rascality, is moving around unconcerned. They don't care. They are even bragging of winning the 2027 general election. They are telling you in your faces that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the best president Nigeria has ever produced. What exactly has Bola Ahmed Tinubu done to warrant him being named as the best president that Nigeria has ever produced? In case you are not aware, let me tell you, the primary responsibility of any government worldwide, nationwide, is the provision of security to protect life and property of her citizens. The primary responsibility, of which Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, has failed woefully in that. A president that fails in his primary responsibility is the person you want to reward again beyond 2027. I know you are going to defend it with the fact that there is insecurity everywhere in the country. At least few weeks ago, we watched how somebody was brutally murdered. I'm talking about Charlie Kirk in the United States of America. Before you use that as your defense, also know that the culprit, the person that carried out that act, was arrested barely 48 hours. And I can tell you for free, he will be prosecuted and brought to justice. But you know what? The people that killed Somie, the people that went to her home to attack and brutally murdered her in cold blood, will not be arrested. They will not face prosecution. They will walk the streets of Abuja freely. They will even go ahead to carry out more murder. That is the difference between Nigeria and the United States of America. The investigation will come to nothing. You will not even get anything out of this case. If we don't know the root cause of an incident, how are we going to address it? How are we even sure that she was murdered by armed robbers that came to rob her? How are we sure that this is not politically motivated? How are we sure that this is not an assassination? We need to ask questions. We need to do something, man. We need to bring to an end this level of criminality in Nigeria. This country belongs to all of us. We need to step up and make this country safe. We need to ensure that we put the right leaders in place to give us security. We don't need to beg them to give us security. It is their job. It is their responsibility. It is what they campaign for. We can't keep losing our youth this way. May the soul of Somie rest in perfect peace. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.